Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everybody. How are you today? This is Mr. Nabil Adam from Markia Secondary School. This is our recorded lesson for grade 11. Today I'm going to present Unit 4, Lesson 3. Please open your workbook on page number 26, 27. You are going to study an article about a different way of communication. Please follow me in this video and answer the questions on your workbook. How do you communicate with your friends? There are some steps of effective listening. Explain. So, how do you communicate with your friends? You have to mention the way you use to communicate with your friends, using mobile phones, using the internet, etc. And there are some steps of effective listening. How can you get effective listening skills? Some people who have shops could integrate Instagram with their Shopify store. They integrate. Integrate is a new word.
Integrate.
Integrate is a verb to combine something with another. So, like this, integrate, to join. Poor people in some countries don't have computers or mobile phones to communicate with, so they still write letters. So why do people still write letters? Because they are poor who don't have computers or mobile phones to communicate with. So they usually use traditional ways like sending letters or writing letters. Some people can't communicate by emails because they can't read or write. They are illiterate. They are illiterate. Illiterate is an adjective describing people who can't read or write. This man is illiterate. He can't read or write. Literacy, it means the ability to read. The ability to read. Literacy is power. Literacy it means the ability to read or write. Some people can't communicate by emails because they can't read or write, so they are illiterate. And the opposite for literacy is illiteracy. We add IL. Illiteracy is the opposite for literacy. Many countries fight illiteracy for a better life.
Illiteracy.
Illiteracy. Illiteracy. The inability to read or write. People who don't have ability to read or write, they are illiterate. Literacy is power. Illiteracy is the opposite.
Transcribe.
Transcribe. Transcribe. What are they doing? They are transcribing letters or writing. They are putting thoughts or speech or data into a computer or into data. In India, people write their letters, then deposit them at their local post office. Deposit means send. There they are transcribed and then sent by email to post office in other parts of the country. So transcribed means they write into other data. They write their thoughts or they write these pieces of information into the computer. Transcribe. Poor people in some countries don't have computers or mobile phone to communicate with, so they still write letters. They are illiterate, as I mentioned. In India, people write their letters, then deposit them at their local post office. There they are transcribed and then sent by email to post offices in other parts of the country.
Inaccessible.
Inaccessible. Inaccessible is an adjective describing the area or the place. The emails are carried by mail runners. Look at the picture on the left. These are Indian mail runners. The Indian mail runners are people who carry the mails or the emails. The emails are carried by mail runners who travel long distances on foot, so they must be fit and healthy. they often through mountains or other inaccessible areas. Look at these mountains. These mountains or these areas are inaccessible areas. Inaccessible means unreachable or out of reach. These places are inaccessible. They are unreachable or out of reach. As I mentioned, the emails are carried by mail runners who travel long distances on foot, often through mountains or other inaccessible areas. They are unreachable.
Mailbag.
Mailbag. Look at this. This is a mailbag. A mailbag is a bag or a large sack for carrying mail, for carrying posts, or carrying letters. He is carrying a mailbag on his back. Mailbag. Look at these postmen. These are postmen. They wear special uniforms. They wear special uniforms and carry a mailbag and a bill. So what do these men carry and what do they wear? Describe these men. They wear special uniforms. They are postmen and they are walking on foot or riding a bike, and they are carrying a mailbag and a bill.
Chime.
A chime is another name for the sound of the bell. A chime means a sound made by a bell or a metal bar or tube. He is pressing the bell to make a chime. Chime is the sound of the bell. There is often an atmosphere of excitement, happiness when the chime of a postman's bell is heard in a village. Imagine that this village is isolated from the world, and they are inaccessible place. When they hear the sound of the bell, they feel very happy, satisfied, excited, because they've got a message or an email from a friend who's living outside this village. A chime.
Lifeline.
Lifeline. Lifeline is a figurative word. The runners are a lifeline between villages and the rest of the world. They tell them what is happening in the other parts of the world. They've got messages to them from their friends or relatives who are far away. So these runners or mail runners act as a lifeline between villages and the rest of the world. Now let's study the new words we are going to have today in the article. A chime, illiteracy, illiteracy, inaccessible, inaccessible, integrate, integrate, lifeline, lifeline, mailbag, mailbag, transcribe, transcribe. Fill in the space with words from the list. You've got how many words? 7 words and 6 sentences. So you've got extra word. Please read the sentence and complete them with one of the words from the list. I'll give you 2 minutes. Number 1 is so common in poor countries. So you need what? You need a noun. Where is the noun? In poor countries suffer from illiteracy. Illiteracy means the inability to read or write. Number 2, internet is in the remote areas of the country. Internet is a noun, and you need what? You need an adjective describing the internet service in the remote areas of the country. Imagine that you are staying or living in the desert. How is the internet service there? It's inaccessible. Inaccessible is unreachable. Number 3, Most immigrants in Canada find it easy to in the local society. To, you need a verb. Most immigrants in Canada find it easy to integrate in the local society. So people who migrate their country to live in Canada, they find it easy to integrate or combine themselves or adapt in the local society. Number 5, the clock didn't. We must wind it up. What does the clock do? The clock chimes. So the clock didn't chime without D. We have to delete the D. And I missed the number 4. Or our oral history may die away unless we transcribe it in written form. So if we didn't transcribe our oral history in written form, it may die away. So we must write it down. We must transcribe. So the clock didn't chime. We must wind it up. It didn't produce a sound. It didn't go off. Number 6, letters are put in the to be delivered soon. Where are letters put in? So you have to mention the place. They are put in the mail bags. Mail bags to be delivered soon or to be sent soon. Now, do you think it is a successful postal service here in India, in part of India, in Himachal Pradesh? This is a remote place, or in the mountains in India. They are using a mix of a mixed way of sending messages, traditional and modern way. Do you think it's a successful postal service? You have to read the article to find the answer for this question. Do you think it's a successful postal service? Look at the map and the photograph. Where are they from? They are from India. Do you think communicating is more challenging for people living in places like this? Yes, communication is more challenging for people who live in remote places. It's very difficult. Now, read the article below. Do you think it's a successful postal service? I don't think so, because it takes a long time and it's not safe, because these people are running or walking in dangerous places. They are climbing mountains. They are climbing mountains to deliver posts to people who do not read and write. Now, I'll give you 4 minutes to read this article and answer the next questions. The title for the article: Letters to the Mountains. Look at the map. The title of the map here, there is a word in bold. Himachal Pradesh is the name of this area. And you can see here a postman in the picture at the bottom. He is carrying a post. He's carrying a post and maybe reading a letter to the woman who cannot read or write. How many paragraphs are there? Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and how many lines? You've got 26, 27, 28, 29 lines. Please read the article to answer the questions. You can pause the video so that you can have enough time to read, then re-answer the question. You can read the article many times so that you can answer the questions correctly. Read the article again and answer this question. In which part of India is Himachal Pradesh? Where is Himachal Pradesh? Is it in the north, in the south, in the east, or in the west? It's in the north of India. How are people's traditional letters sent by email? People's traditional letters are sent by email. How? They are copied. They are transcribed. Who takes the printed emails to the very remote areas? You have to mention the person. Mail runners. How many of these people are there in Himachal Pradesh? How many mail runners? Over 1,600 or 1,600. In which part of India is Himachal Pradesh? Look at the picture. Yes, it's in the north of India. Look at the map. How are people's traditional letters sent by email? Of course, they are copied here. Look at the man. He is copying the letter, the traditional letter, and is going to send the email to the other part of the world. Who takes the printed emails to the very remote areas? Look at this man. What's his job? He is a mail runner. Mail runners take them to the very remote areas. How many of these people are there in Himachal Pradesh? Over 1,600. Now you are going to complete the table with words from the text. The letter P refers to the number of the paragraph. So you are going to read the definition on the right and give me one word from paragraph 1 or paragraph 2 or paragraph 3. Which word that means better than everyone or better than everything of the same type? So unrivaled, unrivaled, or unique, outstanding. Which word means belonging or relating to a particular area or neighborhood? Local, local, local. Local newspaper. Al-Watan is a local newspaper. A hollow object typically made of metal and used to make a sound. What makes a sound? It's made of metal. A bell. A bell. Yes. Not often or seldom. Give me one word. It's an adverb. Rarely. Rarely. A person who or thing that receives something. Who receives something is called a recipient. Recipient. The opposite, sender. Now, which statement is true? Correct the false statements with extra information from text. You've got here two sentences for in each letter, A and B. If it's correct, you put a tick. If it's not correct, you have to correct the false sentence or the wrong sentence. Himachal Pradesh is a postal service in northern India. Himachal Pradesh is a territory in northern India. So the right answer, which one? Himachal Pradesh is a postal service in northern India. Himachal Pradesh is a territory in northern India. It's a remote and mountainous area. It is an easily accessed mountainous area. Himachal Pradesh is a postal service in northern India. So it's a remote and mountainous area. It is an inaccessible mountainous area. It's not easily accessed. The postmen wear a special uniform and belt? No, the postmen carry the post in a custom-made bag. So the right answer, the postmen wear a special uniform and carry a bell with them. Of course, they carry a bell and a mail bag. Number the following sentences from 1 to 7 according to their order of occurrence in the text on page 26. You are going to write numbers from 1 to 7. Which one happened first? Number 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 1, people write the letters. Number 2, people take the letters to the post office. The letters are copied and sent by email. Emails are printed out and taken to the correct address. Some letters are taken by hand to their destinations. Letters are carried by mail runners who travel long distances on foot. Letters are delivered to their addresses. Now, make notes on the following without rereading the article. You are going to write a short answer. The geography of northern India. What do you think of the geography of northern India? It's mountainous, it's remote, and it's inaccessible. How the Himachal Pradesh Postal Service works? People write letters. Letters are taken to the post. Letters are copied and sent by emails. Emails are printed and taken by runners to their correct destinations. What about communication? Communication is in a mountainous area, it's in a remote area, it's inaccessible. Again, so the geography of northern India, mountainous, remote, inaccessible. The Himachal Pradesh Postal Service work, people write letters. Letters are taken to the post office. Letters are copied and sent by emails. Emails are printed and taken by mail runners to their correct destinations. What about modern communication and versus traditional forms of communication? Compare between them. Modern communication, the internet and the email, it's fast and it's easy. Traditional communication, they use what? They use letters and they take a long time. Question number 8. Why do you think people still write traditional letters? Would you do that? Why not? Give me your opinion and you have to mention the reason. I think people still write traditional letters. Give me the reason. Would you like to do that? Why not? Because not everyone in the world has access to a computer. Not everyone in the world has access to the internet. Some people favor or they prefer writing and posting letters in the traditional way. It's maybe it's more formal. It's more formal to send traditional letters than sending emails or WhatsApp. Okay. I hope you enjoyed watching this lesson. Until we meet again, thank you and goodbye.